Cappuccino or Americano?
No, we're not starting that.
I'm with this or that. This or that. I'm telling you.
I refuse.
I'm telling you. Cappuccino or Americano.
I was annoyed as soon as I heard Americano. Like, I'm so sick of them and them goddamn Americano.
Stray Kids had a new album come out, and I don't care for their title track, but it is an earworm. So
like Farmer.
Farmer is good. I can't remember the melody right now.
Me neither.
Farming, whatever it is.
We know what it is.
Yeah. Anywho, question for you.
Yes.
Let's say, here's the situation.
What is it?
Let's say your graduation, right?
Mm-hmm.
You talking about it. Everybody knows about your graduation.
Because y'all all gonna know. Anyway.
Y'all all gonna know. Anyway, before we get in that, hey girl, welcome back. Been a long time no see. Been like 7 days. So, welcome back to the convo. We just giving you an update. But I had a question because I saw this on TikTok.
Yes.
And I want to know your stance on it.
Ooh, what is it? Is it messy?
It is, yeah, kind of messy.
Let me see.
But let's just use us as an example because we will be in this scenario soon.
Yes.
Because you will be graduating soon.
Yes.
And you know I ain't gonna do this, but
yes.
Let's just act like I did. So, graduation's coming up. You've already invited me. I tell you I'm there. Day of graduation comes. I ain't there.
Hussy.
And I tell you I overslept.
You're lying.
That I forgot about it. That I forgot that it was today. Would that be enough for you to say we're not friends anymore?
It depends on how much I talked about it and how close of friends I thought we were.
Now, you know you. And you know you're going to be talking about every other sentence is going to be, don't forget about my graduation. Hey, guess what? I'm graduating.
These are the shoes I bought from graduation.
Literally. I got my cap and gown already. I chose my nail polish color.
You know I'm like that. You don't give a damn, but I'm telling you.
So, like, you know, you going to be talking about the graduation as you should. It is an accomplishment. But I don't show up. And my reasoning is I overslept and I forgot.
With the friendship we have now, I'd never talk to your ass again. I would never. Who is that? I don't know.
I don't know that bitch.
Yep.
But, okay. Now, you know I was in a similar situation.
Yeah, I know.
She just told me flat out she wasn't coming.
At least she didn't lie to you. At least she didn't lie.
Yes, at least she didn't lie. Thank you for that. But what I saw on TikTok was, now this was the friend that didn't go
skipper?
Yeah. She was like, do y'all think that should just end? Like, because she was talking about like, oh, I've shown up for her for everything. And this one thing, she cut me off. So, you know, she's pretty much, you know, Stray Kids related. She's farming for sympathy.
My thing is, if that's your quote unquote friend and you had time to
hell or high water
for literally everything else, and them graduations are at fucking nighttime, how the hell you oversleep?
I wouldn't give a goddamn if I just got back off a 12-hour drive at 6 a.m. and chose to get drunk and didn't go to sleep until 8 a.m. I'm at that graduation when it happens.
But I overslept. You know good well that girl probably called you.
And so that's the thing. So the first thing, when I first wrote that down, I had only seen her video. Then like a couple days later, I see the graduate,
and I know she was contacting her.
And she was like, I wasn't gonna get on here saying nothing, but people keep bringing it up to me. And you know, she's like, I feel like I just need to clear things up. And she was like, she didn't just forget. She didn't just oversleep. She
deliberately didn't go.
She said the bitch was online posting the morning of the graduation. So how the fuck did she oversleep?
That's why I said she ain't oversleep.
She was like, and I was just like, based off that, I'd be pissed too. I ain't gonna lie. And I can't even say that I wouldn't end the friendship. Clearly I would. I got rid of the friend that just told me she wouldn't even come to the graduation. Because here's my thing. If my friends will not celebrate my milestones with me,
that ain't your friend.
You are not my friend.
That's hater activity.
That is hater activity.
Didn't go. Bitch, I bet to see your car on the side of the motherfucking road. And that should be the only reason you ain't at my shit.
You better have had a big ass trip plan for the last 2 years. And then my graduation just so happened to end up fall during that time.
Because that's not your friend. And I would have ended it too. I'm like, you forgot about something I've been bringing up.
And that's what the person that graduated said too. She was like, I've been talking about this. And I'm like, and what person that's graduating and is actually proud of them graduating isn't talking about it? It's an accomplishment. It takes a long time, a lot of energy,
and a lot of money,
effort, a lot of money, a lot of sacrifices to go to school. So I'm like, most people, I'm not going to say everybody, but I will say 99.9% of people are bringing that up every second until they graduate. And then after graduating, they be like, oh, my graduation was like a couple months ago, just so you know. I just graduated. You want to see my degree?
Email already changed.
And it's posted on Facebook.
Don't forget my alphabet soup at the end.
So
I'm finna make a whole train in them bitches. Y'all buckle up, Buttercup. I'm making a train in them bitches.
Sick of me.
Alphabet soup, you don't know what to say.
Like, no. So I'm like, yeah, I've dropped a friend because, yeah, I asked you to come celebrate this moment. And then, and granted, it was my fault, but it took a long time for me to graduate college. Again, my fault. But doesn't change the fact it took me a long fucking time. You did it though. And I didn't give up on that shit. And I'm like, so I wanted, not just with my mother, my brother, my sister-in-law, and my nephews.
That wasn't my friend.
I was like,
quote unquote.
You was here with me for at least half of that. So I'm like, yeah, come celebrate with me. Come to the graduation.
That I ain't even want to go to.
I didn't want to go to my graduation. I'm not even going to lie. So when she was like, no, that's a family thing.
Oh.
Okay.
Know where we stand.
I know where we stand. Because my other friends, they was like, I'm there. And I said plural, but we both know that was singular. At that time, I literally only had 2 friends. But she was like, yeah, I'm there. She was like, it's not even a question. So yeah, if my friends won't, maybe I'm high maintenance.
No, you ain't.
I am.
Wanting somebody to show up for a graduation that they've been knowing about for 2 damn months. And
honestly, they've been knowing about that for longer than that, because graduations usually ask you,
I know,
well in advance, how many tickets you need.
If they waited till after, because a lot of graduations aren't immediately after you graduate anyway.
Exactly.
Like, you've been out here.
I finished classes in January. Graduation wasn't until April.
That's what it's gonna be for me.
I knew graduation was in April in like November.
Exactly.
So I'm like,
because you got to apply to graduate. You can't just graduate. You got to apply to graduate.
And you have to tell them how many tickets you need. Which is why I was reaching out to said friend and being like, hey, graduating.
She said, fuck you.
She said, nah, I ain't coming.
Oh.
That ain't for friends. How many of y'all would dump a friend that told you she wasn't coming to your graduation?
Dump that bitch. Because you...
Like, I feel like that is crazy. Like,
that ain't your friend.
To me, that would be no different. And people that really value weddings don't come for me. But I'm just like, that would be no different than you inviting me to your wedding and me being like, I feel like that's a family thing.
That's fucked up too. I'm like, bitch.
I'd be like, what? That is a milestone that you... Okay, you can't celebrate with me, then don't celebrate anything with me then. Don't celebrate a birthday. Don't celebrate a happy Thanksgiving. Not a Merry fucking Christmas. Don't celebrate shit with me, because we ain't friends.
I hate you. And so...
I wish you the best.
And you hated me first, bitch.
I wish you the best of luck in your future friendship endeavors.
Sound like old girlfriend.
Shoot.
Not the Ooh, not the HR send off.
I'm giving everybody the HR send off. Everyone gets the HR send off. I do not discriminate. If you do something that I feel like is not something that I should be associated with, you will get the HR send off. I wish you the best of luck
and all your
in your future endeavors.
Who came up with that?
I don't know, but it's gold. I like that. I like that. But yeah, I saw that and I was just like, oh, y'all, you kind of wrong. You should have been there. You should have set every alarm in your house.
That she sat there and then made a video about why she wasn't there.
I told she was farming for sympathy.
I would have posted a video too, like, don't listen to that raggedy bitch. She ain't forget shit. I would have been mad.
But yeah, I
dropped that girl.
Now, yes, I would. So my question was supposed to have been, should one mistake erase years of showing up for someone?
The thing is, that was deliberate. That was not a mistake.
Yeah,
she purposely didn't come. She was a hater.
I'm telling you, you come up, even just the slightest bit, it will show you who is not your friends.
Oh, I know.
Like,
and it catch you off guard. You like, but.
It does catch you off guard.
Well, I told you, a lot of people want a trauma bond. They don't actually want friendships. And the moment your life is at a place where you can't trauma bond with their asses no more, they don't want to be your friend.
Honestly, they don't even wait till your life ain't at that place. It's once you start,
because they know the trauma bonding is over. They go, oh, girl, you improving your credit? We can't be friends no more.
Oh, you got your house? You too sedity for me now. You bougie now. You bought a house. You act like I done bought a mansion up in the hills somewhere.
Like your brother did.
My brother's house is not a damn mansion.
I guess the fuck it is. Don't listen to her.
It's not.
It's a McMansion, as I call it.
She need to leave my brother's house alone.
I was in that thing feeling poor. I said, are we still in the living room?
Girl, shut up.
Where are we?
Shut up. There's something wrong with you. But yeah, I don't know. I have a real issue with the people that are in your life sharing moments with you.
Hating your guts.
Also not being willing to share in the celebration of you when you have milestones in your life. And maybe it's just because I'm not a hater.
Because they hate you, I'm telling you.
But, it's unfortunate that my friend group at that time, I was the only one in college. So I'm like, you can't be mad at me. You can't be jealous of me. Or you could be, but you shouldn't be. Because I chose to continue and finish my degree.
They could have finished theirs too.
You could, because we all went to college.
All I asked to start, but not everybody. We all start.
I had every opportunity to quit school, and there were times where I was like, you know what, I think I will. But I don't know. Like I said, I have real issue with people that masquerade as your friend, but then when it comes time to celebrate you,
ain't nowhere to be found.
They are nowhere to be found.
And all they can come up with why they
that's what I was about to say. They can come up with every excuse why they can't be there. And I'm sorry, I keep bringing it up, and I know I'm beating a dead horse, but to invite somebody to your graduation and you tell them, I feel like that is a family event, when you know we've been friends for like 6 years.
Girl, you thought you had a friend for 6 years. I don't know what you had.
Crazy as this, she was my roommate at one point. And I was just like, damn, okay.
We lived together and everything. You visibly seen me up late studying, writing paper. You seen it. It
worked together too.
Fuck you.
She said, nah, bitch. We ain't that close. I said, damn, oh, okay. Oh, right.
That's the fact.
And then when I moved in my house and the friend was living across the street from me for a year and didn't tell me.
That was weird.
I was like, well.
Told you, wear your face. Wear your face. Skin like, your face and wear it.
Leave her alone.
Skin you and wear it.
But yeah, like I said, I have real issue with that. Not just friends. And it goes for family. I mean, I haven't had any family, not to my face, do anything like that at least. But even family that will not celebrate you.
But celebrate others. Nobody got time for that.
Now that's the thing. And again, not necessarily towards family, but the people that will not celebrate you, but you see them celebrating everybody
literally
else.
any and everybody else.
Ooh.
You be like, oh.
Cut you deep.
You know me. I don't get sad. I get mad. I'm like, oh.
That's what you bitch.
That's what we doing. Okay.
And I'm supposed to be trying to ease up on the cussing.
You know, we both said that was something we was going to work on.
You know, I said that as recently as yesterday.
I think we're improving.
Are we though?
Not this episode. But I think we're improving.
Not last episode.
In our day-to-day lives, I think we're in. Now, at work, we have to improve. We ain't got a choice. But
true. Although, I will say, the people at my job curse a lot.
See, people do, but I feel like there's something in my spirit that says, don't try that bitch.
Yeah, my
it ain't gonna work.
Mine goes the same way. Mine goes don't be up in this. Don't be up in this bitch cussing.
Don't engage.
But what I've noticed is, and I guess this is how you can tell when I'm actually talking with friends. Cause when I've been recording stuff, like just me to post, hardly any curse words.
Cause who you cursing with, yourself?
I mean, well, don't put it past me. Let's start there.
Like I said, you ain't crazy till you answer yourself.
I do answer myself. Who else gonna answer me? I'm asking questions.
I said to myself said,
But then you enter a room and we start chatting it up, and then all of a sudden, shit, bitch, fuck.
But you know, I'm the same way. There are people who would never think that I'm this vulgar. They would never know.
Yeah, well,
because they don't know me.
That is fair.
Because a lot of they like, I guess when they see me, I guess I give off Erykah Badu vibes to some of these people. Oh,
especially when, oh my God. Like, yo, old pictures on Instagram.
With the scarf and everything.
I said, man, she was in here just on and on and on and on. My side keeps moving like a rolling stone.
I said, oh, no.
Or she, bag lady, you gon' hurt your back.
Like,
I love Erykah Badu.
When I tell you, people like, yeah, they thought that's what they were getting.
And to an extent you do.
Yeah, but then they talk to me.
Okay, yes. You have the look of Erykah Badu.
I don't have the personality of Erykah Badu.
But here's the thing, you do and you don't. You do and you don't, but you do and you don't. So like, it's so weird. And you are the poster child for Gemini. Like, let's just be for real. And I'm not really into the astrology shit.
It's true though.
But if Jade's picture should be next to every damn Gemini post, because she embodies it. Luckily she is it, but she embodies it. And
I'm everything and all at once.
I'm every woman inside of me. Anything you want done, baby, I do it naturally. Whoa. Anyway, So you do have the look of Erykah Badu, especially when you were in your eccentric phase.
Yeah.
Which I feel like
I should bring that back.
That's what I'm saying.
I should bring that back.
I was like, you still have that eccentric personality. It's just you have a little more of the
muted.
My ass been kicked enough that I've learned to kind of balance the eccentric.
I don't have time for that no more.
Yeah, it also seems very time consuming.
It's time consuming. That's really what it is. I'm like, do I have time to be doing all this shit?
I
don't.
I'm not gonna lie.
I miss it though. I'm too lazy to bring it back.
I was never that person. I don't think. My mother has told me I was eccentric before, but she told me that because I told her I was weird, and she was like, "You're not weird. You're eccentric." I'm like,
she just trying to use a fancy name.
I'm
eccentric and weird are two different things.
They are, but they aren't. But they are, but they
are. They are though. Eccentric is just.
It depends on what kind of weird you're talking about.
Because to me, weird is negative and eccentric is not.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the difference.
Everybody sees weird as being a negative thing. I don't view weird as negative.
But it depends on what you, to me.
It depends on what you're talking about. Now, if you just staring at me across the room
that's
being weird, yes, that's a negative.
That's why I don't use it like that.
And to me, weird is anything that's not normal.
No, that's abnormal.
Yes, which is also weird. I would consider anything that's not normal to be, that's a little weird. You're a little weird.
Of course I am.
That's not necessarily a negative thing, though. It just, to me, I just mean you're not normal, which is a little weird. And that's a good thing to me. Why would I not want to be weird?
But everyone's a little weird.
Exactly.
Everyone.
If you're not weird,
normal
you're boring.
doesn't exist. That's why I say, how can you be abnormal when normal isn't real?
Normal is boring. I don't even remember what we was talking about now at this point.
We done deviated.
And I don't know how to get back. I don't know how to get back down that road. So
we talk about being eccentric and then.
Oh yeah.
We deviated.
I have been told that I'm eccentric when I was younger. I don't think I am. I think then I probably would have been growing up, but No,
I didn't get the niceties. I was just called weird.
I called myself weird, but again, I never saw being weird as a bad thing.
Baby, it was when they was calling me that shit. I can tell you that. It was not good.
Fair. But
it's all right.
I always thought that once I became an adult, I would embrace my eccentricities. If that makes sense.
You just get tired. Shit.
And then I started... I never really made enough money to afford to be eccentric because have you seen like the clothing?
That's why I said I can't do it no more.
It's all expensive.
The unique pieces were not like finding a cute dress and then ensembles to match.
And then also, I have not seen now that place Earthbound at Castleton Square Mall. That place. Mm-hmm. They have stuff that you can fit. Mm-hmm. I didn't see a goddamn thing in that bitch that I could put on.
You see, I got a bag. I didn't buy them clothes.
I was like, and they had some cute clothes.
They look kind of small. And I said that.
I was just like,
this medium looking real small to me.
That's also the thing. I'm like, the places that sell the clothing that eccentric people would wear.
They assume you're skinny.
They assume you fucking skinny. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, well, I'm sorry. I'm a big bitch. Sorry.
You ain't got to be big because you seen some of that shit was suspect to me. And I was like, now, I'm considered a medium-sized individual. And this medium looking mighty damn tiny.
So, yeah.
That's why I got a purse.
That's another reason why I don't do...
The purse was safe.
The eccentric.
We got to do accessories. We don't do clothes, no.
And I'm too lazy to do that. I get decision fatigue when it comes to accessories. So, I never actually buy them.
Well, I can't have as much fun as I used to because now I'm allergic to fake earrings and shit. So that ruined all my fun.
Yeah. I don't like wearing earrings anymore anyway, so.
Sounds real earrings expensive as shit. That's why
they are expensive as hell.
Because they hot.
Question for you.
Yes.
Oh, no, not a question. Did you, well, I guess it is a question. Did you know that there is a place in Indiana that sells naps?
How you gonna sell a nap? Do they sell a location to take a nap?
Yep. What do you think about that?
I can see how for some people that will be a needed service. But how much is the shit?
I didn't look that far into it.
What is it obtain?
So it was a TikTok that I saw, and the comments was coming after her, talking about how stupid it was.
I don't think it's stupid. I don't.
And I commented on it, and I said, "How have I not known that there is a dedicated place to go take a nap in Indiana?" And somebody commented and just said, "Because most people just go home." And I was just like, here's my thing.
You don't know people's home life. You don't.
My brain went, this is great for people with kids or people that just generally have people in their homes. Because that would guarantee that you get a dedicated place to go take a nap without the interruptions.
It's okay, even if it's not a lot of people in their house, and their home might overstimulate them, which is a whole other
And it's
thing.
like, and who said you actually had to go to sleep? Maybe they just went there just for the peace and quiet of it.
Because I'm sure it's cheaper than a hotel room.
Now, my only issue from what I saw.
What you see?
Because the video was of her going in to like clean it up and everything. She vacuums down. I think she was vacuuming down like the sheets and stuff, but she never changed the sheets.
Oh, that's gross.
Or at least she didn't show that she changed the sheets. And I was like, did you?
You should be changing them between each person, man.
I was like, you starting a day. Did you change the sheets before you left?
I'm hoping she changed them last night and now she's just freshening them up.
Yeah, so I'm like, maybe that's what she's doing and we just didn't see her changing the sheets. I don't know. But I was like, I think that's actually a pretty good idea. Now, I don't have a reason to go do that because 1, I live alone anyway. And 2, I work from home. So if I want to go take a nap,
you can take one.
I'm just going to my bedroom or to the couch or in the chair.
Whatever.
Because the chair has a footrest knocked out. Hasn't happened yet. My boss follows this. But yeah, I was like, I think people just hating because they didn't come up with the idea first. I know
what they meant. If it's not for you, keep it moving. And it ain't for you. Girl, why do you have to negatively comment?
That is the thing people absolutely refuse to understand. If you don't like something somebody chose to put on their social media pages, you could not engage. You have that right. You have that ability. No one's going to be mad at you for keeping your opinion to your motherfucking self.
Everybody has to know they hate it. Because what's the point of hating it if you keep it to yourself? And I think that's how they feel because it's like, who needs that?
But then as soon as you tell them, this must have bothered you, they get even more pissed.
Bothered who, you stupid bitch?
It's whoa.
Like, wait.
Every single person alive knows you don't hate something if it doesn't cause some type of emotion for
response.
You.
It has to.
Like that's one of the requirements for hate.
Because if I was to see that, I would go, interesting, and keep it moving. Even if I didn't feel like I needed it, I'm like, what an interesting concept.
Just like I'm like, moving. You know what? I could see why that would be needed. Good for her for finding a gap in the market.
And trying to fill it.
Like, good for you. It was a young black woman. Good for you, girl. I hope you and your business gets all the success because Lord knows if more people just took a nap every now and again,
we'd be better
we
off.
Might have a better world around us.
Mm-hmm.
Because I be napping. No, I don't. Remember, my boss watches this.
I be napping, but it's accidental, as you know.
Well, you've seen me accidentally nap.
We both
supposed to be watching TV.
And we've done it multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
Wake up, we both.
But yeah, I thought that was an interesting concept. But people, like I said, they were coming.
What they mad for?
Because some people are just mad.
There are a lot of businesses that are flat out stupid, and I don't think that's one of them.
I do not disagree with you there. Oh, this is the one I really wanted to talk to you about. This is just something I saw on Instagram.
What you see?
So it was a post. It says, "Do not invite me to a housewarming party,
Coco,
wedding, baby shower, graduations, etc. If you don't include me in the cookouts, coffee breaks, movie dates, girls' nights, and any other gatherings, it's so offensive to think someone wants to dish out money on your life milestones without actually including them in your progressions."
I've seen that by Coco. Mm-hmm.
I mean, that goes back into what I was talking about with
we already talked about this before. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I thought that was so interesting. And I'm just like, she hit the nail on the head. I don't know who she is.
Coco the singer. I love Coco. I've brought up Coco.
SWV Coco?
No. She's a newer singer, Coco.
Yeah, I don't know her.
She's younger.
Okay. But hey, she's spitting.
It's the truth.
No disagreement there.
Coco, I see you.
Probably. I probably heard it, just don't know.
You know who Coco is. You just don't know what you know.
That is true. I don't know what I know.
But you know.
Yeah, I might have heard the song, just didn't know it was her. Just like there's a lot of her songs that
you didn't know was her.
Yeah, I didn't know was her. But it clearly was.
What you mean you don't know her?
Yeah, people like, have you heard her? Nope. Mm-mm. And then they start playing. So I'm like, oh, this is my shit.
I'm like, yeah, that's her. The person you said you don't know.
Who'da thunk it?
What was that, 2 weeks ago? I'm like, girl, get it together.
I think it was a TikTok. I was like, I don't know who this girl is, but you're like, that's her. And I was like, oh, I got a couple of her songs in my playlist. He's like, yeah, that's how she looks. I'm like, I had no idea. Dude, I am so on. I'm like, it is crazy how much I'm on social media and still the shit nobody. That I don't know. It's like,
I'm on it way less than you. And you act like you don't know nobody.
Wait, you know my algorithm is all kinds of weird.
Yeah. Chung ching chung chung.
What is that?
That damn mountain song you was into. Heavy for the longest.
I love weird TikTok. I'm not even gonna lie.
And you be sending me, I was like, don't be sending me this crazy shit fucking my shit up. Don't you be sending this shit to me.
Man, and have fun a little. Weird it up a little bit.
It'd be crazy. I'm like, I don't want this to keep showing up in my shit.
Then don't like it.
I don't have to like. All I gotta do is view it. That's all I have to do is view it.
Man, live a little.
Especially if it's shared. They go, oh, someone you know shared this. You must also be into this.
Look, whatever. It was interesting. I liked it.
I was like, what is happening? We are not catching the same vibe from this.
I need to start sharing that stuff in the Discord because I find some gems.
Now, the butt one was funny.
The butt one was funny. I forgot about the butt one. I don't even remember what they would say. It was a song, but it was like something about the banana up the butt.
Yeah. What the fuck is this?
I love my TikTok and Instagram. Instagram though Instagram must think I'm violent.
I think it thinks everyone's violent.
Because all they be showing me is fights.
I have never once seen a fight on my algorithm. Never.
From Instagram, that's all I be getting. People fighting.
No. Mine is, of course, about kids.
No.
Bitches with kids.
Nope.
What they doing with their kids.
Nope.
Fun bento box ideas.
Mm-mm.
But again, Instagram is also looking at my Amazon and basing videos. And of course, I buy all type of shit for them bald head ass kids on my Amazon. Mm-hmm. So it's like, this bitch got kids. It sees me buying these bento boxes and all of this shit. And it goes, oh, this bitch got kids. So let's show this bitches with kids. And then it'll be lip gloss, and then I'll see some makeup to talk.
My lip gloss be popping.
My lip gloss.
What you know about me? What you know about me? What you know about me? What you know?
That's me, DJ. I'm good.
We are. Look. Say what you want. If you don't think we funny,
you lie to yourself.
You are. You might be a hater. I'm sorry.
You might be. You are.
But you know what? Because you still here at 33 minutes, you a real one. That means you actually like us. You vibing with us. So that means you just as weird as us. And that's what we love. We need all the weirdos.
Come to the tribe.
To the what?
Tribe.
I thought you said trap.
Trap?
I about to say, damn.
What trap?
I was like, we ain't going to the trap. Meet me at the trap. It's going down.
You know, when he got that perm, I just couldn't fuck with him no more.
Anyway, you meet me guaranteed to go down.
You know the perm?
Mm-hmm. He had the perm on, was it Love and Hip Hop or
I think
Real Housewives? No, it wasn't Real Housewives. It had to be Love and Hip Hop.
Speaking of perm, did you see David Banner's ass?
Yes, I saw him skipping on that damn stage. I was like, hold on. I said, there is so much going on. I said, first of all, when did David Banner lose all that weight?
When did he get a perm?
When did he get the perm?
Why
he dressed up like a leprechaun?
He was so full of energy, though.
I couldn't even be mad at him, but that hair was just as bouncy as Cat Williams in his prime.
It looked like a Cat Williams outfit. Like, I was
literally
so confused.
I thought he was Cat Williams because I was only seeing from the back. And I was like, they say David Banner in the captions. I'm like, where the fuck is David Banner in this?
He came out skipping on that damn stage.
I know damn well David Banner is not the green
Goblin.
leprechaun skipping on this stage with the silkiest perm I've ever seen.
God, that was a mess. I loved it though. I said, you know what this time to be.
I said, you know what? I need this kind of energy. I
finally fucking go back outside, that's exactly the bullshit I'm be on.
Dude, you know, I love seeing stuff like that because it just shows like people are just out here living.
And that's it.
And not giving a fuck. I love it when I see
the joy. He
yes,
came out ready.
And you can tell like he ain't doing that for you to like him.
He just doing it.
He doing it because that's what the fuck he wants to do.
And I appreciate
and I'm just like, you know, I can appreciate that. What I can't appreciate is the people that only do it for attention.
That man being at home, it just popped up.
He said, you know what? Let me go ahead and press this out real quick.
He came out running and skipping.
I'm telling you, he looked. I thought he was money fucking Mike.
I was like, who the fuck is this?
I said, there ain't no way that's David Banner. There ain't no way.
And then David Banner. I was like, that ain't no fucking David Banner. But then he started rapping. I said, oh.
Yep. That's David Banner.
Quite indeed is David Banner.
That is David effing Banner.
And I said, you know what? Let's go one of his shows. He bring this much energy.
Literally.
Why ain't I being?
And I was just like, you know what? I can't be mad when people out here enjoying life and they authentically enjoying it. I was like, I need to do more of that. I was driving down the street one day and saw in front of their house, some lady just laid out in the grass, just having a nice little time.
Good for her.
I said, you know what? People don't do that anymore. I said, when was the last time you saw somebody just chilling in the grass?
I can't do that.
I mean, I can't either.
Some dumb big ass spider that attached itself to that tree in my fucking front yard, and it keeps on making big ass motherfucker with. And every March I go to the car, I tear it down, and every morning it's back up.
Yeah, I can't do that.
And the motherfucker big as shit. So when I knock it to his shit,
you shouldn't have told me that
because I crawl up into the tree every day. And I'm like,
I'd never come to your fucking house again.
Fuck you. Fuck you, bitch, every day. And then I'm paranoid it's on me. So then I'm in the car with the light. Mm-hmm. You know, every single day. I said, where did you come from?
We all need to add a little more. Like, just do what you want.
Whimsy.
And, you know,
that's why I love Betsy Johnson.
There's one person
who
that I guess I want to do a shout out to. I already did it in one of our social media posts. But her socials handle it's the image that I sent you a couple days ago. Dang it, and now I can't find it. Withdrawn Goddess.
Oh yeah.
She commented on one of our TikToks saying how she loves the podcast, and if you're listening to this, thank you. But
is that
I had
old person way of doing it. How do they do it now?
I don't know. They throw up the gang sign to do it. I know that.
I don't know.
I'm not trying to get on the GD's bad side because I'm sorry. I know it's meant for the hearts, but we are quite literally throwing up the GD gang sign.
Are we?
Yes. Because you're going like that.
See, I'm not doing that though.
But this is the GD gang sign.
And I'm not doing it. You see what I be doing it.
Yeah, I think you can do it now by doing like that maybe. I don't know.
I ain't doing it.
Anyway, sorry, ADHD. But she commented and said how much she likes the podcast. She thought she got caught up way too quick. And, you know, unfortunately, we only have, at the time of recording, 89 episodes posted. So, but you know what? That's an investment. Thank you for doing it. Because
it's a lot of watching.
It might have felt like a long time for or a short amount of time for you, but that's a lot of hours of watching us. So we appreciate you, girl. Like, thank you. But I do know that I had been seeing her like liking things, especially on TikTok, I believe.
Yeah.
And her profile pic always stood out to me. And I was just like, one day, because I try to be careful about like who pages I go to on like TikTok and stuff, because you know TikTok tell people when you go to their page. And I was just like,
don't want to stalk her.
Yeah. So I did see that she has a YouTube page. She's a cosplayer. And I've always wanted to get into cosplay. I just know cosplay is also expensive.
Show is. Take a lot of effort, a lot of time, a lot of money.
There was some lady on Resident Evil. I wanted to play her so bad. And I also wanted to be the woman from WandaVision, the black woman especially when my hair was loose natural, with the fur.
Yeah.
With the fro.
Yeah.
I was like, I would rock her outfit if I
be that
her.
girl from a throwback anime called Kill la Kill.
I haven't heard of that.
It was the girl with the long white dress.
I think she also commented on one of our YouTube videos, probably from around the time that she first started like following us.
Yeah.
And if I'm thinking of it right, because I think that was the first time I saw her profile pic, and I could be wrong because my brain, it ain't as young as it used to be.
Girl, you ain't that old.
But I think she was one of the ones that told me to keep recommending K-dramas. And I was like, oh, somebody actually said to keep recommending K-dramas. I'm surprised by that. But yeah, so I did check out.
She got a whole
I'm telling
list.
I watch K-dramas every single day. I mean, hell, I got a whole YouTube channel that is there for K-dramas and K-pop and stuff like that. I just haven't posted to it yet. So if you want to follow that, and be one of the early, subscribers.
No, hey.
Soul to Screen. Soul, like Seoul, South Korea. Soul to Screen. But I think she was one of those. I think she was the one that commented and said that on one of our videos. When she first started following us. She got a whole
PowerPoint. Not PowerPoint, but Excel.
I do. And I actually am working on an app that I'm creating too, as if I'm not doing enough. But, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we are incredibly grateful to not just Withdrawn Goddess, but also Tiffy Jean, because you not only commented, you recommended us. And she said that she recommends us to literally so many people,
which is good.
Which is exactly what we want. She commented and said she feels so seen every single time she listens. The vibes are just perfect, honest, funny, and real girl life. And like I said before,
that's the point. That's the point. That's the point.
I love it when that comes through. And then of course we gotta give a shout out to Ann Higgins. That's her username on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
She said AGP is her obsession. And thank you.
Yeah.
Not like bad obsession, I would hope, but
it's not bad.
I know. I'm just being stupid. But yeah, she also is heavily active as well as awesome L, I think is the username. Hold on. Wait now.
Let's make sure it's right.
Cause I can't get I'm bad. My memory's bad. I won't say it's old age again cause
it ain't.
But my memory is not great. Yeah. L awesome L. Yes.
So close.
Yeah, so those are the people that I see most active, as well as and can't forget Queen B from Discord.
Yeah.
Like she's the only one active in our Discord.
And we appreciate
and love her to death. I'm telling you, when it was so funny when she started messaging us, because we thought we had removed all of our Discord links. So we didn't think anybody was in our Discord except for Adrian, who is also pretty active, but she can only watch when she has free time. So, but then I'm like, I think I woke up like early in the morning and I had a notification that said new message, new audio message in Discord. And I was like,
Discord?
Who?
We cut this shit off.
I'm the only one in it. I ain't leave no message. And then I went in and it was like, Queen B. I said, who is?
How she find us?
I was like, did she get in there before I took down the link?
But I was like, no, she went in the earlier episode.
She went, because I did have a link in some of our earlier episodes, and she was just starting from one, and she crossed one of the episodes where we had the Discord link in there, and I didn't remove it, and it was still active. She got in. I'm happy she did. I was just very surprised. So it was funny to me. She
came in opinionated from the first,
and that's what we want. That's why it's called the girl's perspective. Me and Jade are no longer the girls. We are all the girls in a girl's perspective. Let's make that clear.
We in this together.
I was trying to think of a song, but I can't think of one. Sorries. It fails me sometimes.
I can't find one to match that vibe. Mm-mm. I can find songs with the word together, but it's not doing what I want it to do.
The only thing I can think of is the jump rope song, All In Together.
The jump rope song?
Where you were jumping all in together, any kind of weather. Something.
Nope, don't remember.
Oh, well.
I remember jump rope, and I don't remember that song, though. Because I love double dutch. I used to.
They didn't used to be singing little songs.
I don't remember the songs. We did sing songs. I just don't remember what they are.
Oh. And I didn't even jump double dutch.
I dubbed.
I was too look. I'm telling you, I would always be outside, be just doing this, just like back and forth.
You
like,
gotta jump in.
All I could think of was that rope is gonna whack the shit out of me.
And this is basketball. They have the ones with the little plastic shit over it.
It wasn't nothing but a goddamn extension cord, and
it would have hurt. I ain't gonna lie to you.
So yeah, literally, I'm just like.
But you need that for the sound. It gave what it needed to give. But
I would only play single. No double dutch.
Why not? It was so
fun. Double dutch bus. Nope.
You just got to jump in. He's got go. Jump in. Just like that.
I don't know why my brain went here, but you just made me think of it.
What?
Because you said jump in, and it made me think of life-threatening things. I don't, because people like, you just gotta take the risk. You guys just gotta jump. No.
I just thought that song, jump in, jump out, turn yourself around. I said, jump in, jump out, introduce yourself.
No, but it made me think about a conversation I had with Nate recently.
Yeah.
Because we talked about when, we first met and was messing around with each other and shit versus now. And he will try to get me to do shit. And I'll be like,
I don't want to do that.
No. Like, no, I'm not doing that. He was like, you used to didn't mind taking risks. And I
liked you more than like, I don't like you like that no more.
He does not understand that. I said,
it wasn't that you were more adventurous. You just liked him.
Yes.
He don't get that?
No, I've had to tell him that multiple times. I said, I'll be honest with you, because one of the things he wanted me to do was parasailing.
Oh, no.
Right? You got two of my biggest fears.
Combined.
Water and heights. What the fuck? No. But I said, honestly, if it was back then, you probably could have got me to do it. I said, you severely underestimate how much I actually liked you. And he was like, I genuinely just thought you wanted to try it. So it's like some of the stuff that I did try. Yeah. Getting on his motorcycle with him. And when we went down to Cataract Falls and went hiking and we hiked down under a waterfall. It's like,
I'd never do that shit.
Never do that shit. I wouldn't even go to the entrance of a woods. What are you talking about?
The woods are fun, though.
Nah.
You gotta be careful in the woods, though.
Yeah, exactly.
But you have fun in them.
So he was just like, I'm just genuinely surprised that you wouldn't do parasailing. I'm like,
do you not know me?
Literally. I said, that's
Did you see what happened in St. Louis?
Because I'm like,
didn't
you still thinking of me as the prior to 2018 Jocelyn. That's a complete, she dead. She gone. R.I.P.
Partially your fault. But anywho.
Not even. Yes. But I'm like, no. And now I don't care to say no to you.
Well, you don't like him like you did. Why he act like he don't comprehend that? I'm confused.
And honestly, I think even if I did like him like I did, my self-esteem and confidence is a lot higher now than
like,
it
you're
was
not gonna do
then.
that.
So I think even if I did like him as much as I liked him then, I think I still wouldn't do it because I don't want to.
Because why would you?
And
like I said, the thing I praise the Lord the most for is the fact I was born fucking selfish. Like, no, because it saved me from so much shit. Because most people I'm like, fuck
I'm
you.
gonna say no.
No. Like, that's so selfish. And it is. And it is. I'm not going to argue with you about the truth. And it is.
And here's the thing.
And it is.
Here's my thing. I'm not going to argue with you about the truth. I'm not going to argue with you about a lie. Whatever you think about me is your business.
Not mine.
It has
Leave me out
nothing to do with me. If you want to say Jocelyn out here going around kicking everybody damn dog, I'm like, you know what? Okay.
Woof, woof, bitch.
Yeah.
Like, what you want me to...
Okay. I guess I was out there kicking everybody damn dogs then.
I don't care.
Exactly. I don't care. And that's just my mentality now. And I think
it
more
so refreshing? Like, I don't give a rat.
When I tell you,
I love that phrase. What does that even mean? But
I don't give a rat's ass. It is a good phrase. But it is such a freeing feeling
not give a damn.
to not give a fuck what nobody think about you.
But the thing is, I have to, where I would be if I gave a damn.
You would have struggled. I know that.
I wouldn't be bald right now.
To some people, you are.
No, I'm saying I wouldn't be up here with the short ass hair.
Oh, you said you wouldn't be. I thought you said you would be, and I thought that meant from like stress. But okay.
I wouldn't be.
I got you.
If I gave a damn.
You know what? Yeah.
About others.
Yeah, that's fair. I just was like, once I learned,
big ass glasses.
Once I learned
the art of fuck it, I tell you,
not even just the art of fuck it, the art of
no.
Like, and I'll tell you too, that first no is always your hardest, especially if you used to telling people yes all the time. That first no, you're going to be all in your head. Do they hate me now? All this other stuff. But you know what? If they hate you because you said no one time, they were never for you from the beginning.
You know how I feel about people pleasing. We ain't going to bring this up.
We ain't going to bring up the people pleasing.
We ain't going to bring it up again, but I said what I said.
Jade done already got dragged for that. We ain't going to get her dragged again.
I don't care if you drag me. I don't care.
And I got dragged by association.
You sure did. You didn't do nothing.
These are not girls. I'm sorry that being a girl mean I need to tell you everything you do is great. Like sometimes you're doing shitty things and you need somebody that's going to tell you that.
You're a manipulator, like I said. Like I said.
You're a liar, a cheater, a deceiver, heartbreaker. But yeah, I was just like, I cannot. And if somebody is listening to this and they are struggling with setting the boundaries and saying no to people,
just do it.
I'm telling you.
Just do it.
I know that first one is going to be rough. You're going to be in your head because you are so used to telling people no and you care about people's feelings. But you have to care about your feelings more than you care about theirs. And if no protects you and your peace, tell them no.
Because people who really care about your peace just as much as you do. They do.
And you'd be surprised how many people will leech off you.
And not just your physical. They'll leech off your spiritual, your emotional. Your energy. They'll take everything.
Is there one person that you can think of? And if you do have one person, you're going to think of them instantly. That whenever you're around them, when you leave, you feel exhausted.
That's an energy leech.
That is an energy leech.
That is the true definition. When people say vampires, that's who they were referring to.
Literally, they are sucking your energy out of you.
Your life force, they take it.
It's just like, oh my, I had to let go of people like that.
And they take it with glee. They see you. They see themselves sucking it and they enjoy it.
I'm telling you, the second you say no to them,
mad.
They gonna be pissed off at you. Now you ain't a real friend. You ain't in their corner. You ain't supportive. They ain't talking about all the times where they left you on E because they took literally everything from you. And we ain't talking about your kids. We know they supposed to be energy leeches until a certain age. But
ain't no certain age. I have
I don't know. I ain't got
accepted them
kids.
as permanent life parasites. And it's fine. Sounds harsh, but it's what I've accepted.
But yeah,
Because I was robbing from my mama to the very end. I was stealing the dish soap, a laundry detergent, trash. I was leeching to the very end.
I haven't leashed off my mama in years.
Baby, I did it, and if she was alive, I'd still be doing it.
Well,
Married and all, I don't care. I take.
I'm
all
telling you,
shit.
like,
My kids gonna do me same way. It's
you
fine.
have to set the boundary.
No.
Set the boundary. You have to say no sometimes, and it's like I said, it's gonna hurt that first time. You're gonna be like, "Ooh, this is unfamiliar territory." But I'm telling you, that every single time you say no after, it gets easier and easier.
Well, no, because after the first time you do it and realize, I am yet still alive.
I am yet still alive.
You do it again.
I literally just told somebody, no, my sister-in-law. She asked me if I wanted to go to Jamaica. I said, no, I think I'm gonna sit this one out.
We still coming to that bingo.
Yeah, we still going to the bingo. And I wouldn't be there if it wasn't for Jade.
We're going to have fun that damn bingo.
Jade likes bingo. I don't give a fuck about bingo.
It's bingo loco.
I don't give a fuck about that either. I don't care how crazy the bingo is.
Bingo loco.
But
we gonna have fun.
We will have fun. But I was like, I don't give a fuck about bingo. So if like she literally was like, do you and Jade want to go to bingo loco? And I was just like, I know damn well Jade want to go to this goddamn bingo loco. So I was just like, all right, well, let me see when she available. It ain't if she want to go. It's when do you want to go?
That's the life I live. I can't wait for school to be over. I miss being free. But I miss it so bad.
But yeah, like if there's anything that I would say, you have to get good at saying no. And I know there are people out there that disagree. Like sometimes you have to put your other people before you, and I agree with that as well.
There's a time and a place, and you know what that time and place because if it's the time and place, it don't feel wrong in your spirit.
Even then, I don't like. I'm sorry if it's gonna cause you any kind of mental anguish, and I guess that's a harsh word to say, but like if you cannot handle helping somebody else out mentally, physically, whatever, it just is what it is.
Can't pour from an empty cup.
Literally, if you already mentally tapped out, I'm sorry, I can't. You know what I mean?
I've seen it because what happens is when people give too much, now they have nothing for themselves. Then they bitter because nobody come through, and it's not.
And I've been that person that
they give to the wrong
that give
people,
and give and give and give, and then you ask for the smallest thing because you already don't like asking for people for help. So you ask them for the small thing, and they like, nah, I'm good, and you like, damn, that's
didn't I just pay your light bill last month?
That's fucked up.
You can't even give me 20 for gas? Okay.
10? 5? At least buy a gallon.
I'm telling you because they're asking the wrong people. Then the people that would help them, they ain't asking them for shit. And that's how life comes.
So, yeah, definitely get used to saying no.
And mean it. And don't rebuttal. Don't back down when they come back at you. Still say no.
And give explanations sparingly.
Ain't none of their business why you said no. You said no because you said it.
Exactly.
No is a complete sentence. That's what we said.
It's 100. When Jade just told me no today.
What did I say no to?
When I asked if you and Victor wanted to hang out tonight.
Oh, yeah, can't do that.
She was like, she did tell me why, but after she said, "No, we can't," I was like, all right. What I'm supposed to do?
What else we gonna do?
I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Fight her?
What we gonna do?
What am I supposed to say? Well, bitch, you ain't my friend no more because you don't want to hang out with me on this one Friday.
I'm like, girl, if you don't get off my phone,
yo,
that
bullshit. I will see you when I get there to record.
And they say, I'm like, girl, if you don't get off my phone with this shit,
I just like
get off my cellular device with this shit.
Like it's way more of a big deal in your head than it actually is in reality. I'll just say that.
I'm just saying, I'm glad I'm selfish. One skill. Glad God gave me.
Not one skill.
Hell.
You have way more skills.
You've just perfected.
Oh, skill, I didn't hear the if part.
If it's only one, I'm like, if I can only keep one skill, it's gonna be the ability to say no.
Yeah.
It saves me.
You know they have the year of yes.
I love that book. I love that book. I'm sorry, I love that book.
I didn't even know. I thought it was a movie.
It's a book and I love it.
Let's have the year of no. Oh, also speaking of no, telling myself I froze all of my credit cards.
Look at you. I'm proud of you.
I was going to cancel them all. Man, sweepy, motherfucking swipey. And I was just like, Jocelyn.
Swiper, no swiping.
Stop it. Just stop spending money.
Because I don't know. So I'm like, why don't you use that debit card that's dusty and dry? Like, why don't you use that?
Because what I was doing was I was putting everything on the credit card and then paying it off from my checking account.
Yeah.
And I don't mind that method. But I was also like,
if you're not getting points, what you doing it for?
I do get points. That's why I was doing it.
That makes sense.
But at the same time, it's like, but do you really need to though? Like, do you need, like, it was for the fun money stuff.
Yeah.
That I was just sweeping and swiping. And I was just like, Jocelyn, put the fucking credit card down. So I'm putting the credit card down. I'm forcing myself to not spend. And don't get me wrong, I ain't maxing out none of my credit cards, but I still feel like I'm spending more money than I should. So I'm cutting myself off.
I keep getting them. I'm collecting them motherfuckers.
What, credit cards?
Mm-hmm. I bet they keep giving them to me. What they want me to do? Chase, when I tell you Chase does nothing but send me offers for new credit card, they go, oh, you're already approved. Just hit yes. And then I'm like,
speaking of Chase.
What you do?
I didn't do anything.
What's up?
When we leave here, I want you to look up the old company that I worked for.
Okay.
They just updated their logo.
Do it like the Chase logo?
It looks like the motherfucking Chase logo.
Why ain't they getting sued? Chase don't play.
I said Chase gonna sue
the fuck out
of y'all small asses. Y'all know y'all can't afford that lawsuit.
I mean, they both are blue.
They both are blue. But their old logo wasn't blue though. It was green. Now it's blue. And it's the little square.
Because I see, hold on. I see the blue.
But
hold on.
To me, it looks just like the Chase logo. And sorry, I can't tell y'all what company that is. But to me, it looks blue.
Let me. A new one?
Yeah, they just made their new logo.
It's not the green one no more? I see it. Why are they changing from the... First of all...
The green was better.
First of all, the building's color scheme was based on the green. Were they gonna repaint everything?
I don't know. I don't know what they gonna do.
Why'd they change it to that? That was so boring. The other one at least had a little pizzazz. That one is so boring.
And I think it looks pretty damn close to the Chase logo. It's a different shade of blue.
But it's like, it looks just like every other logo. They changed the print and everything.
But it's like they doing with all these like restaurants and everything. Everything is losing the color.
Why?
It started with the McDonald's. Donato's just changed their building.
To what?
It's now like a gray color or something. And I'm like,
why is everything?
Why are we in, like, is this the oh my God, everything is just turning to gray and white and black. And it's just like, can we get some yellow and some oranges and some lime greens?
But that's why I'm only going to change the hue of yellow on that house. It will stay. And I'm adding gingerbread trim because you know what? Fuck it. I want some whimsy.
If we ever get enough money from podcasting, and I'm speaking this to existence because this is one of my goals, to actually get a building to do multiple
Let's make it
podcasts.
Colorful.
It's gonna be colorful. There will be color on the outside and inside of this building. Like, it's just like, it's so just gloomy and dark. And like, all it does is make people be in bad moods, just not having color in their life.
That's why I told you that house is gonna stay buttercup motherfucker.
And I'm just like, people don't realize, I don't know, maybe people do realize color does, it brightens things up.
I mean, like, even nail art, like, everyone wants to be.
That's why my nails are like this now. You know, when I first started getting my nails, I was like, oh.
I ain't gonna never forget what you said.
Oh, when I told you your nails was mediocre?
I was like, the word.
That was the time. I think that was the only time Jade just outright was like, That pissed me off.
So I was like, I know. First of all, I am at work and I'm trying to have business professional nails. How dare you?
I was like, oh.
Because that was the long, even Kelly was like, yeah, I'm leaving. She was like, nope, I don't want no parts of this.
I genuinely didn't think it would upset you.
Because that's not the same word as basic. It's not the same word.
Look, I hear you. I understand. Personally, I still think mediocre and basic are the same.
They're not. They're not the same.
I know, I said, I know by definition they are not the same. I know that one is worse than the other.
Yes,
but to me,
I was like, no,
same is same.
Because the thing is, I'm like, yeah. I was like, I don't want to get them too flashy. Normally, I do. I was like,
that was one of the things I was surprised. Like, I'm surprised that Jade doesn't do.
Because they were just like a pinky, like a nudie pink, little basic ass set. And like
I said, and I apologized for it. I was like, oh.
I gasped.
Because
Kelly was like,
and honestly, I didn't think that you would care enough to even get mad at it.
It was the mediocre word.
I know. And I was just like, Jade doesn't give a fuck about nothing I say enough to actually piss her off like that.
Because mediocre is bad.
And when you said that, I was like, oh, okay, well.
Because mediocre equals bad. Somebody got mediocre nails. That means they lumpy, they bumpy, they look like fucking trash. That's what that
I wouldn't call those nails mediocre. I would call those trash.
That's what that means. I was like,
not to me.
I was like, now this color is boring, but my nails actually look good. This color is just boring.
Now, if your nails didn't look good, I would have been like, your nails look like trash.
Because I was like, bitch, we go to the same place. How my nails mediocre? We literally get our nails done at the exact
not the same person
establishment. Girl, please. I like that girl because she didn't say shit.
The one that I have now doesn't really talk.
That's why I liked her. I said, she didn't say nothing. I said, dream.
I don't go to the owner of the establishment anymore.
Because people talk too much, get on my fucking
nerves. Well, the owner opened up a restaurant. She's been so busy with it now.
Good for her.
Messed up my nails or my appointments. But the owner said she prefers to do the nails. She just said that because the restaurant is new, she has to spend so much time on there, but she'd rather be doing nails. And I said, then why would you start a restaurant?
It might be a family thing.
Maybe, I don't know. But good for her though. If y'all got money to put into a restaurant, because
in this economy, good for you.
Because it takes a long time for a restaurant to become profitable. Mm-hmm. But anyway. We done been rambling on for forever, and y'all
I don't even know how we got over here.
Y'all busy, y'all got stuff to do, so we ain't trying to take up too much of your time. The power of ADHD. Speaking of ADHD,
what's up?
I will be getting back on the ADHD medication.
We'll see how this goes.
I scheduled an appointment with the psychiatrist. Mm-hmm. For next week, which when this come out will be the week before. And I told them that I want to start medication management again, get back on the ADHD medication because I do think it would be very helpful for me.
Yeah. She better keep that dose low.
Yeah. I said last one I was on was the Concerta 18 milligram. We will have that one with let's do that. Mm-hmm. So I had my first appointment with the new one. I found a nice black woman.
Okay.
That is based here. We're going to do a video chat for the first appointment, and we will see how it goes. But this will be my second time.
Yeah,
being put on ADHD medication. But I do think it would be helpful. So, mental health is important. ADHD. Some people. I know we laugh about ADHD on here a lot, but
it's a real thing.
It does have an impact on people when it comes to social things, work. Mm-hmm. Like it impacts everything. So if you are suspicious or think you might have ADHD, it might be worth getting the test to see if you have ADHD. And then getting meds on it, especially if you think that it's impacting your day-to-day, especially your work. You do not want to risk your livelihood, which is one of the reasons why I'm considering it is because I struggle. I mean, I get the work done, but it takes so much for me to get my work done.
That's why I joke, but I know I don't have it because that's not a problem. I could just be doing shit.
Well, it can show up in other ways too, but for me, it's showing up at work, and I'm like, yeah, I am struggling so hard to focus on what I need to get done and hyper focusing on the wrong things. So I'm like, okay, I think I need to get back on the ADHD meds. So like I said, mental health is important. Get yourself checked out. Like, just figure out a way. I know it's expensive. Grow therapy is one option. Better health. Better
health.
I thought it was better help.
It's better help.
I think it's better help. That's another good option.
It's one of them.
But yeah, see somebody. But anywho, thank y'all for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out with your girls, as usual. We saw y'all 7 days ago, and we'll see y'all in 7 more days, unless we see y'all on our socials.
Yeah, show up.
Because we see y'all every day in the socials. Huh? Stop through.
We in there. Come in with us.
So yeah, make sure you check out the merch if you haven't. agirlsperspective.com.
Buy merch.
Our website is on all of our social media and pages. So make sure to just check that out. See if there's something there you would like. If you have any recommendations on stuff you want us to talk about too,
we take them.
Yeah, we take recommendations. Like, just let us know. Got questions? Want us to answer a question? We'll answer most things.
As long as ain't nothing crazy.
I'm sorry, but crazy stuff will have to be reserved for like a Patreon or something. So don't get too crazy.
Or at least the Discord.
or at least the Discord.
The Discord.
But yeah, send us any recommendations if you got something you want us to talk about. Let us know, because we're pretty much open books. I talk about pretty much anything. That's a lie. I won't talk about anything. I have to actually be interested in
Depends
it.
on what it is. See, I ain't say nothing. I'm like, I don't know why she said that best.
I do have to. I need to be interested. Else you're just going to get a short answer from me and be like,
yeah. Didn't answer shit. But here I am.
I hate that I'm this way. No, I don't.
No, you don't.
No, I don't. Let's be honest. We all friends here. No, I don't. But yeah. And as usual on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and
share.
Sharing is caring and very important for the push. Remember, we are on a mission to get this show in front of as many women as possible. So invite people to the tribe. Tell them to join the dark side. It's fun over here. We laugh with each other over here.
Yeah, we have a good time.
Laugh while talking about semi-serious stuff. Sometimes it ain't. Sometimes it ain't.
Sometimes
most of the
it's
time
very
it ain't.
serious, but
sometimes it is though. See? Anyway, on the audio platforms, make sure you like, comment, rate, review, and share it there as well. Rating and reviewing will be greatly helpful. We're trying to build up the audio platform for like Spotify, Apple, whatever platform you watch or listen to us on.
Things. Yeah.
If you could give us a rate and a review, or a rate or a review, preferably both. But if you can only do one, we'll take what we can get. And then we will see y'all same time, same day of the week, next week. We will see y'all in the next one. Deuces.
Bye, friends.